That's Wescombe, a good player last week for Coburg, to Cleary, and Cleary in troubles, met strongly twice until it goes to Cameron, Cameron to Wescombe, and Wescombe in the back. And I don't think that some of these decisions are helping the players a great deal. They're a little confused, and even looking at them now as you are on your screen, you'll find that confusion reigns. The free kick has gone to Beattie for Wescombe being floored after kicking the ball, and the kick went upfield. A chance here for Coburg, and they get it out through Herbert to Collins, and Collins has put it through for a goal. He drops the short one in looking for Radojevic, but Cameron...
And there it goes. Second quarter, and up goes Yates to get over the top of Milroy. Pushed back into the centre. Gilmore gets his kick in towards the centre half-forward zone. Nimmo comes in to take the mark in defence for Coburg. Now Nimmo going right across field, gets the kick towards the half-back line. Taylor's leading in the race for the ball. It eludes him at the moment. He tried to gain possession. That's number 49 going down on the ground. Terry Don't moves into it. He gets the hand pass across here to Curran. Curran up towards the left forward pocket position for Coburg. Robert Smith didn't come into it, but Collins did. A hand pass across to Halbert. Halbert dodges, snap shoots for goal. It's on its way, and it's through for another one to Coburg. Well, they're back here, and we see the ball kicked by Burt from the centre of the ground, and there's Robert Smith leading out to take the mark at centre half forward. He needs 4 for his 100 goals. He's kicked 96 so far in VFA football this season. We've been playing a minute and a half. Into the second quarter already, Coburg have scored a goal. They're 3-1-19, leading Geelong West. 1-8, a total of 14. Smith leading, lining them up pretty deliberately. Seagulls overhead as he gets ready to move in. Drop punt coming up. It's on its way, and it's right through the middle. Another one up to Coburg. They move on to 4 goals. His 8th kick coming up, not for Gilmore anyway. And there it goes towards the centre forward zone, marked by Nimmo. Nimmo in turn gets the hand pass to Halbert. Halbert around the wing where Yates spilled a sitter, but recovers, couldn't get the kick in, and this allows little Wescombe to move in. Dodges between 2 Geelong West players to Phil Cleary. Cleary passes it back again, gets it to Burt, and Burt towards...
into the second term of the preliminary final. Ball back into play from Saltmarsh, kicking further upfield. Reaches the centre of the ground, bouncing past the circle, as you see there. Mark there, but not quite to Crichton. And the free kick is going to go against that player. It was Douglas who gave the hand pass to Herbert. And Herbert comes around the grandstand flank to Wescombe. As good football. Coburg going into attack. Over towards centre half forward. And there's going to be a free kick to Coburg, and it will be taken by Smith. To see it, Teddy?
He was pushed to the ground after he got rid of that one. It was bad play, too, on the part of Geelong West. And Robert Smith was attempting to mark the ball, Bill, and there was no way he could have marked the ball, but he got a bonus there, I'd say.
Well, Smith has 97 goals for the year thus far. And he's out on half-forward flank. The breeze is blowing across his face from outer to...
Gibson of Geelong West towards the centre forward zone, looking for Manson, who stumbles into it, and Cameron is the player. He has it now, Burt, towards Beattie. Beattie can't get to it, and they're making a lot of mistakes, players here today. Both sides bumping into one another. Burns gets the ball away. Beattie trying to catch him. Can't quite reach to him. Nearly got him. Hink then is the player to gain possession. Hink is grabbed a bit high back towards Radojevic with his first kick. Kicks it towards the goal square, and the mark has been taken down here by Douglas. So Douglas now gets it across. It's Hartigan with a further pass to Nimmo. Now Nimmo coming in from the half-back line, plays it over the centre line, looking for Burt. Burt's in front there, forced away from him towards Brown, but it comes back in the direction of Burt. Burt now controlling the ball is grabbed, brought down to the ground, passes it back. Herbert gets possession now, and Herbert this time to Don't now towards West. And here it goes towards the half-back line. Cleary waiting for the crumbs, but the umpire says the player's hand is held. That's Collins, and he gets the
first shot for goal. There's the kick. It's going right into the teeth of goal. The big pack go up. For Geelong West, there's the throw in now. The wind carrying the ball right down. A big thump there gives the opportunity for Coburg. Picking the ball up is Beattie. Awkward looking kick, but it's going in the right direction to Cleary. Cleary almost played.
And taking it away over there for them is Brown, who's lifted his game considerably in this quarter. They go into attack, but it's going to be repulsed by Herbert, and Herbert breaks away. 4-9.
And Taylor getting a pass in up towards the right forward pocket position, but Cameron comes in. He passes across towards Curran. Curran getting it around the wing on the outer side of the ground. Intercepted here by Ricky Brown. Brown with his kick up towards the centre forward zone. Up went Crichton, fails to take the mark. It was in the back, and the free kick will be taken by Douglas. Douglas with a hand pass across here towards Hartigan rather. Hartigan now around the half-back line, and there we see Cleary moving into it to take the mark. Cleary with a hand pass. And this is Nimmo moving down over the top of the ball. The opportunity for players to get possession of it. It's Cameron who does. He gets it towards Milroy. Milroy towards the half-back line on the outer side of the ground. This is Brown going after him with Halbert. Neither player getting the advantage until Halbert outwits Brown. He can't get away with the ball. A pick up by Cameron. Cameron back to Brown, to Halbert. Halbert now will get the hand pass to Burt. And Burt up towards Colin. There's Cameron number, 29 of Geelong West, and then we have Curran. Both fair-headed players, but in different Guernseys. Okay, comes out towards Cleary. Cleary can't gain possession there, and trying to get it now is Taylor. Taylor's grabbed, loses possession of the ball. Wescombe moves into it for Coburg, dribbles it back, and that's Hartigan who's trying to get away with it. He gets it to Herbert. Herbert back to Cleary, and Cleary going downfield, gets the hand pass back to West with a kick upfield, but the mark will be taken by Hartigan. Hartigan of Coburg from well wide of the centre on the VFA sign there. Plays it in towards Terry. Don't turns around. Then gets his right foot kick in towards the centre forward zone. And no one can take the mark. Halbert came into it. Two Geelong West players had the chance. It's Robert Smith got it, shoots for goal, and he's put it through for another one to Coburg. Now, with Geelong West doing all the attacking so far here at the start of the third quarter, comes through to Burns. Burns tried to break clear. Punches the ball away under a lot of pressure, and this is Saltmarsh coming in, or Nimmo it is coming into it, goes to Burt, and then to Milroy. Milroy to Don't in the centre, and Don't comes in to take the mark. He's immediately races away, there's no doubt about it. He's a big asset to the Coburg side. Across to Collins. Collins now for a hand pass back towards Don't. And Don't back to Collins. Collins got himself on it. Goes for the long shot right downfield, but it's well covered, and the mark has been taken by Cameron in the last line of defence for Coburg. Scores are reading 43-41 in Coburg's favour. Geelong West hanging in there. As it goes towards the half-back line, it's Burt who comes in to take the mark. Burt comes past the sweet VFA sign, gets the hand pass in out to Nimmo, had trouble handling the ball. He goes for a further hand pass, comes to Don't. Don't gets it across towards Douglas. Douglas around the wing on the outer side of the ground. Players go up, and Hink tried to come into it, but Halbert does it beautifully. Gets the ball away, goes right downfield, then goes for the short pass, across in front of goal. Collins moves in on the
half-forward flank in towards the Fitzroy Street end of the ground. Coburg more nimble around the packs, and there's an example of it through Wescombe, delivering the ball up to his team's back pocket to half-back flank area to see Nimmo mark. Across to Cleary was danger. He dwelt on foot coming through there, and they see it very close to the line with Nimmo getting it out to Burt. And Burt again long and penetrating to the goal square. Manson, half a grab. Play on as the call. It's hectic down in the goal square. Douglas coming away with the ball. Up to Burt. Burt playing on quickly, looking for Cleary. Cleary intent on the man rather than the ball there. A chance here, and Geelong West through Wells. Lost the run of it there. Close, tense game. Tempers being frayed at times. So that was Milroy out of the centre to Burt. Burt up towards centre half forward. Smith will be beaten, bringing it out of it at the back line, up towards the centre of the ground. Wolf down on the ground, as was Wescombe.
27. As it comes back in once again, they move into it, and the umpire blowing the whistle says there's a push in the back, the 1 minute mark into the third term. It comes in towards the centre, and it's Saltmarsh, the former Preston player for Coburg now, takes the mark right in the centre. Goes for the hand pass across to Nimmo. Nimmo will go for a foot pass now. No, it's a kick. A good one too towards the half-forward line. Collins, the brilliant half-forward, comes in for his hand pass to Cleary. Cleary races through players, then to Don't, and Don't going in towards him.
Decides to short pass to Burt. Laurie Burt, the vice-captain for Coburg, handballs across to players down there. They set themselves going up as Yates from behind. He can't get the ball down on the ground. Players going in, throwing themselves at the ground. Nimmo comes out with the ball now. He's got the run of it. He'll go out to the outer side of the ground. Not a good kick, but it does find Herbert. He slips over at the crucial moment. Now he's got the ball. Goes for a bit of a run. There's his kick down to the wing position. Finds Burt, and Burt will speed off. Off he goes. Coming out of Smith, and a beautiful pass to Robert Smith, the full forward for Coburg on 98 goals. But he won't advance that tally at this stage because...
Season in this term. Get it down towards centre half forward. Radojevic missed the pluck out of the air, and Collins goes away quickly, getting it up to centre wing. And a chance for Cleary, bursting through, enjoying about a quarter of this player, getting up to the half-forward line, giving it to Burt. They've combined well throughout the quarter, and Burt up towards full forward, and Halbert's put it through. And he gets the ball up towards centre wing. Douglas, number 3 of Coburg, taking a good mark. And Geelong West conceding a 15-metre penalty to ensure that all players are covered, but with this gale, I doubted the wisdom of that one. Douglas, a long kick. Up towards the full forward zone. Smith will spin into goal, and he's put it through. Goal number 99 for Smith. Coburg 73, 8.5 minutes into the final quarter, and out of it all is going to be a free kick to Coburg to be taken by Milroy, who's toiled well all day in the ruck. Up towards centre half forward, at the back at Smith. Smith. Collins calling for the ball, and Smith kicks to the call. Collins backing.
Kick wide of the centre of the ground. It's punched away from players to Halsall. Halsall coming in now, gets his kick in up towards the centre forward zone, and Halbert fell right into the mark there, only about 20 metres out from goal, directly in front. He's kicked 2, and they're 9 points up, Coburg, at the moment. Halsall can take his time to kick with the wind towards the Fitzroy Street end of the ground. And he is taking his time. Look at this. Warwick Yates caused all this with that bad pass near the centre of the ground. So there's the kick on its way, and the goal umpire stays near the middle pretty quickly. So it's 12-13 Coburg, Geelong West 9-16. And here's the chance now for Halsall to get it away from the centre once again. Look at this for a roost up towards centre forward, and it'll bounce through, I think. Yes, another goal up to Coburg. This time they're 13-13. 19.
And they defeated them. Never can tell. Coburg were going to the grand final. They played in the grand final last year, of course. They could turn the tables on Port next week.
Well, this boy Halsall's lightened things up since he's come on. There is the ball now going down towards the half-forward line. Halsall gets it again, shoots for goal again. It's on its way. And what is it? It's
the ground players going up one-handed. That's no good at this stage. Here's Johnny Burns trying to get the run of the ball down on his knees. It's Coburg defending desperately at this stage. Coming back towards Collins on the wing position. He'll accept the ball. Immediately decides to play on. It's a battle today with Smith, who sends the ball back towards the centre of the ground. And it's little Halbert coming in. Umpire says he will pay the mark to Gary Halbert.
98. As it comes back into play once again, Saltmarsh gets the knockout from the ruck. There are Geelong West players everywhere, but it ends up with Burt. Burt in turn now with his kick right into...
Quickly, he's kicked 4, saw the goal front open, looking up there for Friend, who showed great fortitude in doing so. And back it comes towards Manson. He taps it down, but Coburg get it...